Up next in the Rochester area is actually the city just to the west of Rochester. So you have Rochester, Rochester Hills, and then just west of that, in my head, maybe it's backwards for you guys, is going to be Auburn Hills, Michigan. So Auburn Hills is another very sought out area in this pocket of town that a lot of people choose to move to. Population is 25,000, a little bit smaller compared to Rochester, Rochester Hills, of course. Still in Oakland County, you're 26 miles from Detroit. One of the main attractions we have in here is home to Great Lakes Crossing, which is an outdoor mall in that area. Also in the Auburn Hills area, one thing that comes to mind for me is Topgolf is in Auburn Hills, right off 75 there. I go out there all the time. It's a great thing to do in that area. But as far as downtown, pulling up their website, the charming downtown is now home to many communities and events, including Summerfest, Paddlepalooza, Halloween, Spooktacular, Summer Concert Music Series, and much more. It also features a variety of business and restaurants owned by community-minded business owners. In 2002, they actually put $18 million into streetscape and infrastructure improvements in that area as well too. So cool downtown area, a lot of things sort of happening in Auburn Hills, and can be another nice sought out location in that pocket of town in that 75 corridor, Oakland County, north of Detroit. There's a lot of businesses throughout that part of 75. So in Rochester, Auburn Hills, Troy, and some of the surrounding communities as well too. There's a lot of bigger businesses. There's tier 3 suppliers, there's OEM suppliers, there's different options as far as, bigger campuses for a lot of the auto industry stuff, but also for other businesses as well too in that 75 corridor, which is one of the reasons why it's such a populated area. There's a lot of businesses there. So you might be saying, hey, I'm moving to Michigan and I'm moving to work at a place in Auburn Hills or in Rochester. And so kind of the point of this video is to help those people understand a little bit more about that pocket of town. Education. So Auburn Hills schools, 5 elementary schools, 1 middle school, 1 high school. So much smaller school system than Rochester Hills. Some people that's of importance, some people don't necessarily care. And again, there's a lot of statistics online to break those down as well too. They have some different student to teacher ratio. They actually, from this new usnews.com website, has broken it down. They're about a 14 to 17 to 1 student teacher ratio. So that's a little bit of the statistics on the education in Auburn Hills. Housing statistics. So this is where there's going to be a drastic difference between Rochester Hills. Average price point for Auburn Hills is going to be $285,000. Days on market is similar, 22 days on market. So they're still selling pretty quick. I just sold one in that area that sold pretty quick. Average price per square foot, again, a little bit less, $189 per foot. And home build types, ranch, colonials, manufactured, townhouses, farmhouses, Cape Cods, and bungalows. So I think there's a lot more affordability in Auburn Hills compared to Rochester Hills. And so if you're moving to that pocket of town and your budget's more in that $300,000 range, that might be more of a target area for you compared to a Rochester Hills. It's not impossible to do that. Like, there are homes in that price point in Rochester Hills. You just might get a little bit more house in an Auburn Hills. So that's a decision that you have to make on your move here to Michigan. Last but not least, we have one more city we want to talk about in the Rochester area. So this city is actually just east of Rochester Hills. Auburn Hills was west, and that city up next is Shelby Township.